Welcome to Texas All-Star Wrestling. Steve Stack here at ringside with the American Force, the new Texas Tag Team Champions. They told you they were going to do it, and they did. We'll tell you more about that later on as we talk to them. I want to tell you that the $5,000 cash is here at ringside, and that means that the Russian goes into the ring against Nick Kiniski. If Kiniski can beat the Russian in 5 minutes, he gets the $5,000. The Japanese Force is here. Plus, you'll see other exciting matches. The American Ninja with Gary Hart and more, so don't go away. The hour of excitement about to begin. Well, Paul and Shawn, congratulations. You won the Texas Tag Team titles from the Hood.
Thank you, Steve, very much. We did. And thanks to all the people. We are still here in the state of Texas, and we're going to stay. We want to make one thing perfectly clear to everybody out there, and it is not over between us and the Hood. We are not going to stop our quest against the Hood until we have taken those masks off and exposed them to everybody in Texas and run them out of the state of Texas by the end of the year.
Well, that's pretty harsh, but you promised us the belt. You got him, Paul?
You know, we make all the promises, and we're going to keep them. I'd just like to address the issue of the Japanese Force, Steve. You know, the name Force, we feel we have been here for a while. We worked hard to establish ourselves as the Force. We feel we're the only Force. Now, Madril comes in and gives them that name. Well, let me tell you something. Madril and Gary Hart, if it's all right with you, we want to prove to these people that we can wrestle with anybody in the world. So if you agree, put your all-Asian tag team champions right here in the ring next week on television with us, the American Force. This is a personal challenge to you, Japanese Force. We're ready for you. We'll prove to the people that we can wrestle with anyone in the world.
That's a great challenge. I hope the Japanese Force accepts it for next week.
Steve, that's right. Japanese Force, everybody come on. Hood, it's not over. By the end of the year, the hoods are coming off, the masks are coming off. You've seen all the rest. The American Force is still the best.
We'll be back with more right after this. Texas All-Star Wrestling returns to Fort Hood, Texas on Wednesday, December the 4th, 7:30 at the Abrams Center. Two of the big main events have been signed. It's going to have the Japanese Force against the Texas Tag Team Champions, the American Force. Big Bubba teams up with Chavo Guerrero to take on El Madril and the Russian Korchenko. Other great matches, we'll tell you more about those next week. Tickets on sale there at Fort Hood. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gary Hart has the Japanese Force with him. And Mr. Hart, you're going on to the largest manned military installation in the United States, Fort Hood, Texas, with this all-Asian tag team champion.
Well, that's good, because the American Force is going to need all the support they can muster. Number one, these two young men toured all through Asia. And when the tour was over, they came to this country with the all-Asian tag team titles. And let me tell you something. Asia's a hell of a lot bigger than Texas. So remember that. Come and get us. We're ready.
Gary Hart with the Asian tag team champions, the Japanese Force. They'll be at Fort Hood to go up against the American Force. And now, let's pick up another man who is invading the military installation. This is El Madril with the Russian Korchenko.
Fort Hood, huh, baby? Well, I want to salute you, Fort Hood, and I want all you military men to be there and watch Chavo Guerrero and that big fat Bubba go down, because look what I got in my corner, Bubba. What do you think, brother?
You know, I think that the American people would love to see an American hurt Korchenko. But this will never happen, because to defeat Korchenko would defeat the Soviet Union. And this would never happen, comrades.
That's right. You understand that, people? So Chavo Guerrero and Big Bubba, you get ready, baby, because you guys are going to go down for the 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be a promise. You guys are going down.
It's big. It's brutal.
You're going to squeeze him and don't motherfucker cripple.
It's beautiful. It's America at its gut-busting best.
Those stupid Russians don't know how to do anything right.
I want blood.
Grunt, the wrestling movie, rated R.
Now showing at a theater or drive-in near you. Check your newspaper for listings. Now, we can't mail you your free contour chair catalog and bonus certificate if...
Well, the hitman, David Patterson, will be going to the ring in just a moment. We'll be talking to him. But, David, we want to take you back to last night and show all the fans at home exactly what happened at the Hemisphere Arena as Fantasy returned. Let's go to the Hemisphere Arena now. Well, we pick up the action with the hitman pounding on the head of the Golden Boy, and he slides underneath that bottom rope because he was just about ready to be counted out, so he had to do that. Now watch on your right as coming down the aisle, and you'll see appearing in your picture a lady in a long dress with a black wig with a silver streak in it, and there she is, and she hits the hitman with a purse, and I don't know what she had in it because the minute she hit him, he went down. Now she is taken away from ringside by the security. She gets loose here in just a moment, and she goes back to the Golden Boy. The Golden Boy doesn't know who it is yet. He reaches up, and oh, the wig comes off, and as we zero in, who else but Miss Fantasy has reappeared, and she saved the Golden Boy a defeat right there as the hitman was really pounding on him, and it was all the hitman's match until Miss Fantasy laid the purse on the back of the head of the hitman, and he went down. You see Miss Fantasy leading the Golden Boy away, but the hitman, he wasn't through. He wanted some more of the Golden Boy, and the referee, Fred Sinclair, intercepts him, and the hitman will have to wait for another time. Well, David, it looks like you had the Golden Boy just where you wanted when the Fantasy returned to the Hemisphere Arena.
That's right. You know, I came to Texas for a purpose. That purpose is to take Lisa, Fantasy, whatever you want to call her, back where she belongs. Well, you can't keep somebody where they don't want to be. So I decided to do something else, and that's eliminate the problem. Mike Golden. And I will eliminate him. As far as Fantasy goes, I was brought up never lay a hand on a woman. That still stands, 100%. But, you see, I got a sister, the Midnight Cowgirl.
She's a wrestler up in the Northwest?
Yes, she is. And she's going to be here in Texas for too long. And she will be watching Fantasy, Lisa, whatever y'all want to call her, and she will take care of her.
Thank you very much, Hitman. Your opponent is in the ring, so we'll be seeing you going into the ring for that action.
Good.
Thank you. The Hitman, David Patterson. There he has a surprise for Fantasy. And wherever you are, Fantasy, you better be looking out. Let's go pick up our ring announcer, Bill Merriman.
One fall, 10-minute time limit from Albany, Georgia. Weighing 229 3/4 pounds, the USA Junior Heavyweight Champion, Dale Veasey. His opponent from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, weighing 251 pounds, David Hitman Patterson.
In just a moment as the bell sounds, here with me is the Honorable Armand Hussein.
Yes, Steve, Jack Stack, I want you to know something. This is Texas All-Star Wrestling, and a lot of things are going to happen here, and a lot of things have happened here. The incomparable Gary Hart has come into the area, and one of the finest managers in the world today, my ex-partner, and all kinds of things are here. All kinds of big stars are here. Al Madril is here, and incidentally, did you hear about Al Madril?
Did I hear about Al Madril?
Yes, did you hear about it? He gave that Chavo Guerrero the worst beating he ever got in his life.
Well, I want to tell you, Armand Hussein, I want to tell all the fans watching this Texas All-Star Wrestling President Fred Barron has some surprises for rule breakers that we'll be explaining later on the Texas All-Star Wrestling Close-Up, and I know you'll want to watch.
Yes, I'm going to watch it. But I just want the truth explained and no lies.
The Hitman kicked off as Del Veasey, the Georgia strongman, was down. The Hitman tells us that he's got an older sister who is a lady wrestler. And I've heard of the Midnight Cowgirl. She's been wrestling up in the Northwest, and she's a pretty tough customer. Says she might be appearing to take care of Fantasy.
There's no way. Fantasy is the finest thing in professional wrestling on the female side. Not only that, but she's got class and culture. And her man is a gentleman in all respect. You know that. Give credit where credit is due, Jack Stack.
Well, there's an armbar by Veasey. Now he comes in. Nice move.
How do you like that move?
Well, it looks like it's going to be a fireman's carry. He got him up on the shoulder, but he didn't drop down and take him over that way. But
That's right. That was a carry. That was a fireman's carry. But understand me. Veasey is the champion. Remember that.
He is the U.S. Junior Heavyweight Champion. Veasey backs the Hitman onto the ropes. That's Hitman David Patterson here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Patterson catches Veasey. Oh, he tried to catch him with the hip toss. Veasey's not gone. Look at this. Oh, yeah. An elbow the Georgia Strongman down for count at 2 here on Texas All-Star Wrestling.
Steve Stack, I want you to tell all the people out there that Texas All-Star Wrestling is a traveling organization, and they will be traveling to all parts of the state of Texas and all abroad and elsewhere. We're going on satellites all over the world now. Sister incomparable Gary Hart is coming to the area. Him and Al Madril is doing things that you wouldn't believe in professional wrestling.
Yeah, that's right. You said the right thing when they're doing things you wouldn't believe. You know, they're coming into Texas. They got such names as Maniac, Kevin Sullivan, Armand Hussein, Al Madril. I don't know what to say.
All men of culture and men of substance, you know that. All of those men named that was called is known the world over. Anywhere in the world you knock on a door, you may find one of those men that you just mentioned. We're internationally known.
Wait a minute, Hussein. You may be able to tell these people that out there, but I know that H&H Associates was Hart and Hussein.
That's right. The world knows that. One of the most prestigious organizations in the world today. Now it's Hart and Madril. It's the same thing. Madril is his partner, and he'll be there until his money run out. If his money run out, he won't be a partner no longer. He got to hold on to his money. Takes money in this organization.
The hair being pulled, and now whipped off. Here comes Patterson. Oh, look at the Georgia Strongman take the Hitman over and drop him down right on his back. Very impressive. Both men, very tough, very strong. These men could probably battle all night. They're in such good shape.
Well, yes, they're top competitors. Both of them is evenly matched. How you like that?
Coming up.
That's the champion. That's the United States champion.
Coming up, the $5,000 5-minute challenge. I have the $5,000 here at ringside.
I know it. I've saw it. I've counted it myself. One thing about it, that Russian is just too much.
Well, we'll wait and see when that match comes up. Veasey grabs the Hitman, whips him into the ropes. Veasey with a drop kick. Down goes the Hitman, David Patterson. Veasey's got him covered up. Here's the count from the referee, and it was only one. The Georgia Strongman staying right on top of him.
That's right. If Patterson know what I know, he'd just give up now and give it to the champion and just leave like the dog he is.
The Hitman is not going to give up to Veasey or anybody else.
Well, he don't look like he's too much of a hitting man now. It looks like he's getting hit. What do you think about that, Jack Stack?
Veasey takes him. Oh, it's a reversal by Patterson. He drops down. Veasey went over the top. Oh, there's that elbow as he cut Veasey. Now the Hitman dives with that fist right to the top of the head of the Georgia Strongman. He knocked him out long enough. Veasey
had his trunks over there. I saw it. Everybody saw it. Had his trunks there. You know it.
Veasey kicked out just as the referee slapped the mat for the count of 3. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because the $5,000 challenge is coming up next here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Do we look completely real? Well, the $5,000 cash is here, referee Fred Sinclair. It's been posted. I want you to put it in the bag. Hussein, you verified that there's $5,000 was there, right?
Yes, I've saw it, but put it in the bag. Jack Stack, and don't try to cuff none of that money.
Okay, I want you to take that to your ring and don't give it to anybody except the winner of this match, and Nick Kiniski has to beat him in 5 minutes to get the money.
Yes, sir. Just give me some time. Show me the time that's coming up, and the winner will get the money.
Okay, the referee Fred Sinclair is going to the ring now. So let's pick up our ring announcer, Bill Merriman.
This is a 5-minute, $5,000 challenge match. The challenger from Blaine, Washington, weighing 261 pounds, Nick Kiniski. And from the Soviet Union, weighing 367 pounds, Korchenko.
Well, here's the $5,000, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting for the bell. The Russian puts the flag up. The referee is going over the ring. The minute the bell sounds, we will start the official 5 minutes. Referee Fred Sinclair has the $5,000 taped to his wrist. It goes to the winner of this match. There's the bell, ladies and gentlemen, and the clock starts. The Russian quickly on Kiniski. Kiniski didn't get the jacket off.
If I was Kiniski, I would just leave right now. You just go ahead and give the money to the Russian.
Oh, no way. If anybody's got a chance to beat the Russian, I believe it's Nick Kiniski. Here comes Kiniski bouncing off the rope. An elbow from the Russian knocks the legs out from underneath Kiniski.
Yes, but the Russian is strong. Russia, the strong nation. You know that, Stack.
I know that, but America...
You don't think
the
that...
strongest country in the world.
I don't know about that.
There's a clothesline from the
money
Russian.
on it.
Kiniski down. The Russian covers him up.
Look at that Russian. Strong.
He is a big man. There's no doubt about it. Oh, he lays on the side
every day, all day long.
He does that. You can tell. As we check the official time now, the referee gets a 1 count on Nick Kiniski. As the Russian grabs him, 1 minute has gone by. 1 minute as the Russian puts the backbreaker on him. So Kiniski must win in a 5-minute time period.
That's right. But there's no way. If I was Kiniski, I'd just leave right now and without taking the beating that he's getting. Look at that. It's all over.
Nice takedown with the leg.
All over.
The leg
Give him the money now.
No, he's not going to get the money now. And then Kiniski has got a chance. He's still got 3.5 minutes to go to finish.
Let's face it, Stack. You didn't have all these top competition in here until the incomparable Gary Hart coming to the area. You know that.
I want Gary Hart and everybody else concerned. Of course, Gary Hart knows what's coming up. But on the Texas All-Star Wrestling close-up today, we are going to explain something that is going to stun a lot of professional wrestlers here on Texas All-Star Wrestling.
I got one thing to say about that Fred Barron. He's rich and he's got class because it takes money to get all these top professional wrestlers in here. You know that, especially when Hart comes in.
2 minutes have gone by. Kiniski has 3 minutes to go. He's got to pin him to get the $5,000 here on the $5,000 challenge. Kiniski comes bouncing off the rope. Down goes Kiniski as that big Russian laid those fists up underneath that chin.
I can say one thing about Kiniski. He can take a good beating.
Well, he comes from a great wrestling family. His dad was a former world's heavyweight champion. Look at this Russian.
Look at that. Look how strong he is.
Kiniski is 258 pounds. Look at that. He had him up and threw him down.
That's right. And his daddy was the loudest champion in professional wrestling.
That is your opinion. The Russian is outside on the apron. The Russian is going up on the top rope. Oh, he missed the knee. Kiniski rolled out from the knee. Kiniski rolled out, or it would have been all over.
Get up, Russian.
The Russian has injured the knee, and Nick Kiniski now bells victory to go for the $5,000 as there are 3 minutes gone. Kiniski takes the hip toss, throws the Russian, comes in with a drop kick. Down goes the Russian. Kiniski's going to beat him. 1, 2. Oh, the Russian kicks out. I thought he had him pinned. Forearms by Kiniski as he keeps the Russian in the corner. The crowd begins to yell. Look at that. Oh, the Russian is out. Here's the count. It's 1, 2, and he got rid of him again.
I've still got the Russian.
Kiniski, smelling victory, smelling $5,000. The $5,000 is on the arm of the referee, Fred Sinclair. The Russian reverses it. Puts Kiniski into the corner. Kiniski goes up on the rope. Cross body block. He snatches the leg of the Russian. He had him down for a count of 2.
It's too powerful.
Kiniski going outside. As we check the time, you watch it with me, Hussein. 4 minutes have gone by. Only 1 minute to go. As Kiniski dives under the Russian. This may be it. The count is 2, and the Russian picks up the right shoulder.
Make so Stack, you call it like you see. Don't take partiality, Stack. Be a good announcer.
Wait a minute. There's the bell. There's the bell. An elbow knock. Madril come out here and raise that bell. The bell sounded. If Madril ring the bell, the referee, the time is not expired. The time is not expired.
The time expired.
Nick Kiniski's in disgust. The Russian is not expired.
What do you mean?
I want you to look as the referee takes off the $5,000 and gives it. Hussein.
The Russian wins.
Hussein, I have the official time right here. Look.
I told you, Jack Stack. I told you before the Russian is strong.
Just a minute.
He's strong and he won the match fair and square. That's because he's a Russian. Don't try to take it away from him. He's a Russian in this country, and he won that match. Jack Stack, don't try to take it away from him. He won the match.
This is the official time, and it says 4 minutes and 17 seconds. I stopped that when the bell...
What time?
Right there. I just pushed that button. Hey, wait a minute. You cleared the clock.
Steve put no water in that watch
That
this
was
morning.
Al Madril that rang that bell.
No, he didn't, but Al Madril never rang the bell. He beat the rest. The Russian beat him, and you know it's that.
We'll settle this later. Ladies and gentlemen, that time is not expired. Madril rang that bell.
I know you're an American, but don't be
Texas
partiality.
All-Star Wrestling close-up coming up after this. Our Texas All-Star Wrestling close-up today, ladies and gentlemen. We've come into the office of Mr. Fred Barron, the president of Texas All-Star Wrestling, where the board of directors has just met, and we have called all the participants in. Here with me is Al Madril, of course, Gary Hart. They are associated, as you know that. Mr. Fred Barron, the president of Texas All-Star Wrestling, Chavo Guerrero, and Scott Casey. And gentlemen, I want you to know that the board of directors and Fred Barron has just ruled that the United States Heavyweight Championship title belt has been held up. And now you gentlemen know why, but before I explain the rest of it, I would like to take the fans to the Hemisphere Arena in San Antonio and show them exactly what happened and why this title belt is held up. Let's go to the Hemisphere Arena now. Lays one to the side of the jaw. Wait a minute, Madril is putting something in the glove. Madril had gone into the trunks, and he has put something into that glove. Oh, Casey gets hit as Guerrero ducked. The referee, Scott Casey, got hit with a loaded glove. Now Chavo Guerrero pounding that loaded glove. He's trying to strip it off. Here comes, this is the Russian. This is the Russian, Korchenko, into the ring. He has that big chain. It goes into the back of Chavo Guerrero. Madril is telling the Russian to get out of here. There are no disqualifications. Now Madril has the chain. He's putting it around the neck of Chavo Guerrero. Now he's trying to hang him. Al Madril trying to hang Chavo Guerrero. Here comes another referee down. Chavo Guerrero being hung and choked with a chain. There are no disqualifications. The Russian come in and pounded Chavo, and then it was Madril hanging him. The referee is checking. Is Chavo Guerrero out? Is the U.S. champion out? Yes, he is. The referee asked for the bell. Chavo Guerrero. Oh, the referee, Scott Casey, knocked Al Madril off. Fred Sinclair, the other referee, has come down. He is taking the championship belt, and he hands it to Al Madril. As Chavo Guerrero, oh, Scott Casey takes it away. Casey is taking the belt away. He's telling the referee what happened. Madril comes over. There goes Casey down again. The belt falls in the ring, and Al Madril leaves with the United States Heavyweight Championship. Al Madril wins it as Chavo Guerrero got waylaid by the Russian and then hung by Madril. Now that all you fans at home have had a chance to see what really happened, and all you gentlemen were there, so you know what happened, here's the ruling handed down by Mr. Fred Barron, the board of directors of Texas All-Star Wrestling, that at the earliest possible date, with both men available, there will be a rematch. Same stipulations. Scott Casey's still going to be the special referee. There's not going to be any disqualifications, no count-out. There must be a winner by a submission or a pinfall, and the winner of that match will be crowned the new U.S. heavyweight champion. Is that correct, Mr. Barron? Right. Is that agreeable with you, Scott Casey? How about you, Mr. Gary Hart?
Number one, this should have never taken place. It was a no disqualification, must be a winner. I don't care who the referee was. And as far as I'm concerned, Fred Barron, Scott Casey, his henchman, and his little Mexican buddy are trying to take something away that Al Madril run in the ring. Earliest possible convenience, fine for me, because it ain't going to change nothing.
Well, the title will be on the line in that rematch, and Chavo Guerrero, is this all agreeable with you?
Let me tell you something, Steve Stack. Let me tell you something, Fred Barron. I am not coming back to Texas All-Star Wrestling, and I am not coming back to Texas unless I get Al Madril or the Russian in that ring. And until that day, I will not step a foot in Texas. And let me tell you something, Madril.
Hey, come on! Come on! What the hell? What is this? Alice, come on, we're in enough trouble. Gentlemen, stop, we're in enough trouble. Come on, Guerrero, come on.
Let me say this.
Take care of your people, Barron.
Let me say this, gentlemen.
Cool it, just a minute.
You either calm down.
Cool it. Anytime you want to say right, cool it. We're in enough trouble. Okay,
This was provoked by him, and I want it noted. It was provoked by him. I want you to note it, and I want you to note it. It was provoked by him.
I want to say this to all of you.
Please,
if this continues, there will be a lot of ramifications going on, and the best you sit down, and everybody involved here just get a little calmer. And let me tell you, fans, once again, at the earliest possible date, Chavo Guerrero and El Madril will meet, and the winner of that match will be the U.S. heavyweight champion. Thank you very much.
Limit at 212 pounds, Rudy Gonzalez. And across the ring, Gary Hart proudly presents the American Ninja.
Rudy Gonzalez in the ring against the American Ninja, Hussein.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Steve Stack. The United States federal government tried to keep the American Ninja a secret. They even tried to keep him in the Marine Corps longer than he was supposed to be. But they couldn't. Now, brother, he's out.
I see him out here. He's in there with Gary Hart now, and he is coming off with a belt.
He's in there with the incomparable Gary Hart. I keep telling you that, Jack Stack. A man as powerful as he is the incomparable Gary Hart. I always addressed him as that. A gentleman and a scholar. A man of substance.
Well, I saw this man last night. And now what's he doing here?
He's charging up his hand. All ninja warriors do this. Getting ready for the kill.
Boy, he just kept pounding that ring.
What the word ninja means? It means secret assassin. He's lethal.
Gary Hart is just standing off as the Ninja looks at Rudy Gonzalez. Oh, he has a big chop, and Gonzalez backs away, and I don't blame Rudy Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes for a kick that just knocks the Ninja back. Another kick, and the Ninja doesn't even move. Here comes Gonzalez. A shoulder knocks him down. Look at this Ninja. He ducked underneath that one. He doesn't duck underneath that one. As the Ninja got him bouncing off of that rope.
Gary Hart just gave him the signal.
Oh, there was a thrust to the throat. A thrust to the throat. The Ninja's on top of him, and quickly with a thrust to the throat.
All over but the crowd.
Down.
I explained to you before the match what type of man the Ninja was.
The Ninja has his hand raised, and the Ninja. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that Rudy Gonzalez may be seriously injured as the referee, Fred Sinclair, is checking on him, and we'll have to check on Rudy Gonzalez. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because we'll be back with information on this and more exciting Texas All-Star Wrestling right after this. Howdy, folks. I'm Cowboy Weaver from Fort Hood, Texas, on Wednesday, December the 4th, 7:30 starting time at the Abrams Center. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a tremendous lineup of professional wrestling for you, and it's all headlined by the two big events that have been signed. It puts the American force against the Japanese force. Then, Big Bubba teams up with Chavo Guerrero to take on El Madril and the Russian Korchenko. The Cowboy Scott Casey will be there, and much, much more. Tickets on sale at Fort Hood, and don't forget that date. It's Wednesday, December the 4th, 7:30, Abrams Center, Fort Hood, Texas. Texas All-Star Wrestling. Well, Big Bubba, every time we turn around, it seems like it's Killer Brooks and El Madril who are 2-on-1 against you.
That's right. They're always on top of me. Well, this time I have a real good partner in Chavo Guerrero, a really excellent wrestler. And I want all those servicemen to come out there because I want to show this Russian what true Americanism is all about. And when I get out there, I want all those kids, I want to ask you all to come out there because these guys are a couple of bullies. I want to show you guys how that bullies have to be dealt with one-on-one, and they have to be taken care of. Not to run away from them, but to face your problem and take care of it. And Russian, I want to tell you something, brother. I want to show you a little good old American hospitality. Apple pie, Chevrolet, and Big Bubba.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. He's 431 pounds. He can just about say whatever he wants. Scott Casey.
I know what's happening with Al Madril and Killer Brooks. And I feel like that if you and I form an alliance, I realize you're with Chavo, but if you need my help, I'll come running. And I'd like nothing better than to be your partner. I've never seen so much beef on one man in my entire life. And I know that you can prove to the people that you're a winner. And there's nothing wrong with being good. And there's nothing wrong with showing the people that you have to use your strength. And I'll be right there by your side in Abrams at Fort Hood. We'll see you soon.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to ringside, and you can see Rudy Gonzalez is being attended to by Dr. Bowman, the attending physician for Texas All-Star Wrestling here at the Wrestlathon. And in the ring is the referee, Fred Sinclair, and we're going to have the security, Maurice Rose and Johnny Hester, remove Rudy Gonzalez from the ring and put him into a position outside here as the ambulance has been called, and they'll be moving Rudy out into a safer area away from the fans and away from the cameras and wait for the arrival of the ambulance that will be taking Rudy Gonzalez to the emergency medical center where Dr. Bomer will accompany him, and he will be attended to by the physician, Dr. Bowman. As you can see, the security trying to position him. I don't believe there is a stretcher anywhere inside the building, so Rudy is just being carried out. And he will be placed out in a waiting area until the ambulance arrives to make the emergency run onto the emergency center. As Rudy Gonzalez is taken out, ladies and gentlemen, let's go now and continue our wrestling program, and we'll keep you informed on Rudy and where he was taken to and his condition. But right now, let's pick up our next match.
One fall, 10-minute time limit from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 236 pounds, Tom Jones. And his partner at 207 pounds, Al Gallivan. Their opponents from the Gary Hart Al Madril Wrestling Camp, the All-Asian Tag Team Champions, the Japanese Force.
Well, there's the bell, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you got to say now? Gary Hart has got the Japanese Force in here. They've been all over the world many times. They've never been beaten yet. These are the assassins.
Let me tell you what, I've just been informed that the ambulance has arrived, and we will be showing the fans as they take Rudy Gonzalez away to the emergency center in just a moment after this match. We don't know the condition of Rudy yet, but we will inform the fans when we find out. Also, as the Japanese Force are in the ring, I want to tell you, Armand Hussein, and everybody listening, that Texas All-Star Wrestling has signed a match that the American Force wants right here for television next week. It's the American Force against the Japanese Force.
Well, I got one thing to say. The American Force can just pack their bags now and just leave, because there's no way they're not even in the class with these men. Just look at this. Look.
Well, that is Kawada.
These men are the champions. They've wrestled all in the Orient, China, Indonesia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Japan, all over the world many times. And now they've come into the United States, and they're under the guidance of the incomparable Gary Hart. And you know Gary Hart is noted for making champions. I was his partner for many years. You know that.
Yes, I know that, and I also know what happened to Rudy Gonzalez a while ago at the hands of the American Ninja, who was guided by Gary Hart. I was afraid when Gary Hart came here to Texas All-Star Wrestling, those kind of things are going to happen. That's just the way he and you operate.
No, that's just what professional wrestling is all about. And if they take Rudy Gonzalez to the emergency room, that's where he's supposed to go. In fact, he should stay there. Because if he gets in the ring the next time against that ninja, he may not get a second go-round to the hospital.
I feel like a lot of these fans feel like, and a lot of people in professional wrestling feel like, that Gary Hart, no matter how he tries to disguise himself, is still nothing but a gangster.
What do you mean, gangster? Let me explain something to you, Steve Stack. Number one is, don't call my ex-partner a gangster. Gary Hart and Al Madril are two of the finest professional wrestlers in the world today, as far as business agents as well. Now, Gary Hart is a man of substance. He's a rich man. So you can't take that away from him. You can't take that away from him, Steve Stack.
Tom Jones with a kick. Puts Kawada down. Here comes Kawada off the rope. Jones gets him with a fist, and Kawada drops to his knees. Tom Jones here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Tom has a great wrestling school, and he has some great students, and Tom is showing.
Yeah, he's got some great
wrestler he is, and takes Kawada over.
Yeah, he's got some great students, but all of them are losers.
That's your opinion, Armand Hussein. Here comes Al Gallivan into the ring. He takes a side headlock on Kawada as he pulls him out into the center of the ring here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. I'll tell all you youngsters, wherever you are.
That's right. Tell all the youngsters.
The Texas All-Star Wrestling only costs you $3 in a general admission section if you're under the age of 12, wherever Texas All-Star Wrestling is held. And starting in December, Texas All-Star Wrestling will be starting at 7:30, so the kids can come early, go home, and get a good night's rest, and they can go to school.
Them little hubcap-stealing punks ought to stay home is what they should do.
Well, here is Kawada holding Gallivan up. Fuyuki is up on the top rope. Fuyuki dies. Oh, a knee right to the head of Gallivan. That probably knocked him out.
Student laying out there. When you see my wrestling, I'm training.
There's a kick. Another kick.
When you see my guy
All-Asian Tag Team Champion. This is Fuyuki into the ring. Look at him. He has Al Gallivan up.
Bye-bye.
Down he goes. Gary Hart is happy.
And I'm happy, too.
Here's the count. It's 2.
I'd rather be here than be at a candy break.
The knee of Gallivan slammed in
the Tom Jones student. Give him the worst
kick. There's that big kick.
Yeah, give him the worst beating he ever got in his little redneck life.
Gallivan kicks out. This is Kawada in the ring now.
I know that Gallivan. I know his daddy, too. Both of them are no good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're still checking on the condition of Rudy Gonzalez. The ambulance has taken him off. We're in contact with the hospital, and we will tell you once we receive word from there what the condition of Rudy Gonzalez is.
It'll probably be the funeral home after that.
Yes. 2 Japanese wrestlers, the All-Asian Tag Team Champions, in the ring. They're Gallivan back.
See how Tom Jones come in there? You know he's not supposed to be in the ring.
Why not? It's 2-on-1.
What you mean 2-on-1? That's not but one man in the ring with him right now. And quiet as it's kept, Stack, he don't need but one. So one of these men here can take on the both of them.
Well,
please, Stack, don't show partiality.
I don't show partiality, but
you're an American. That be nice.
I just like to see it.
You don't like no foreigner. You don't like me. You don't like Gary Hart. You don't like Al Madril.
Here comes Tommy Jones. He's going to be taken out, and now Fuyuki slams the head of Gallivan into the top turnbuckle. It's the 2 Japanese wrestlers on Gallivan. This is Kawada now. There's a kick.
One thing I can say about that Gallivan, he's from a good family because he knows how to take a good beating.
There's a pile driver from Kawada on Gallivan. Here's the count. It's 2.
That's Tom Jones over there trying to cheat pull a man's trunks over there.
No, Tom Jones wasn't trying to cheat.
Tom Jones, a lowlife, a slivery dog.
Oh, look at that.
You like that, Stack?
Here's the tag. In comes Fuyuki.
Yeah. Now watch this move here, Stack. Watch this.
Martial art expert. What a kick. Covers him up. 1, 2, 3, and it's all over.
All over.
The All-Asian Tag Team Champions who will meet the American Force here next week in our main event.
And they're going to beat the American Force right here on the main event.
Win it here on Texas All-Star Wrestling.
Don't you forget that, Stack.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take you now. We want to take you now and show you while this match was going on as the ambulance crew arrived and took Rudy Gonzalez out of the Wrestlathon to the emergency center. Let's... For this interview with Miss Fantasy and the Golden Boy. Well, Miss Fantasy, we've been hearing the stories for the past 2 weeks of what had been happening. That's that side of the story. I would like to get your side of the story. I thought you were home with your husband.
Well, I want to tell you something, Steve Sachs. I don't got to tell you nothing. But I do want to say that David Patterson, I'm sick to death up to here with you, your brother Jim, and your whole family. Y'all make me sick. You see, I am with a real man right now, and this is the Golden Boy, and he takes care of me first class. David Patterson, if you are anywhere in this building, I want you to eat your heart out. and I want you to see what it's like to be kissed by a real man.
Well, Miss Fantasy's back. She is kissing the Golden Boy, Mike Golden, here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. What can you say, ladies and gentlemen? As they continue the kiss. Wait a minute. So, this is the Midnight Cowgirl. The Midnight Cowgirl has arrived on the scene. She has grabbed Fantasy. They're rolling around. Now the Golden Boy goes over and he picks up the mask. Wait, that's got to be the Midnight Cowgirl. I've seen her in magazines before and saw her on television. Here comes the hitman. He grabs Golden. Down goes Golden. Now Miss Fantasy is leaving. Oh, wait a minute. She's tearing him off. She's torn off. Miss Fantasy's boss has been torn off. She's going to the dressing room. Midnight Cowgirl. Midnight Cowgirl. Welcome to Texas. Good to see you.
Thank you, Steve.
Well, Miss Fantasy, she's back. But I know we didn't expect you here.
Well, Steve, I'm here, and wherever that witch goes, I'm going right after her. You can count on it.
There you have it. Your sister.
She's great, ain't she?
Sure is. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Midnight Cowgirl has appeared. Oh, she might be a Texan the way she came in the ring and took care of Fantasy. Stay tuned because the action continues with Big Bubba right after this.
One fall TV time remaining from Waxahachie, Texas, weighing 263 pounds, Killer Brooks. And his opponent from Huntington, West Virginia, weighing 431 pounds, Big Bubba.
Bubba has appeared on Texas All-Star Wrestling. I'm still thrilled about the Midnight Cowgirl.
I don't like that.
Why?
That's a disgrace. She had no right coming in the ring while Fantasy was having a kiss with her man. That's wrong. See, they should take that Midnight Cowgirl and give her the worst beating she ever got in her life.
Well, Fantasy ought to be home with her husband where she belongs.
Well, I don't know about that. She's with the man she chose, and that's what matters. If she loves the man, that's who she with.
Tight headlock by Big Bubba on Killer Tim Brooks. Want to tell you fans, don't forget, next week, it's the American force against the Japanese force right here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. And once again, all you youngsters under the age of 12, wherever Texas All-Star Wrestling is held, only $3 general admission. Come on out and enjoy the finest with professional wrestling from Texas All-Star Wrestling. Big Bubba squeezing the head of Killer Brooks. Seems like every time Big Bubba turns around, there's Killer Brooks, there's Madril. Big Bubba's going to get fed up, and if this guy ever gets mad, look out, Hussein.
You know, I taught him everything he know, and he double-crossed me. I know him. He's got a temple. That's one thing he has got, a temple. But if he had a brain, he'd walk backwards.
Well, you just continue to watch.
That's
Big
Killer
Bubba
Brooks.
here.
You know, Killer Brooks and I was tag team champions one time. You know that,
I know that.
And Killer Brooks is a personal friend of mine. You know that, too, don't you?
I know that.
You also know Killer Brooks is a personal friend to Gary Hart, the incomparable Gary Hart, don't you?
You know what I think of Gary Hart.
And you know he's a friend to Al Madril. You know that, too, don't you?
Well, I can't say too much about that association. Here comes Brooks. Big shoulder head doesn't budge, Big Bubba. Here comes Brooks. Remember, Brooks is 270 pounds. He decided not to hit Big Bubba that time. Oh, listen to that forearm pop. Off the ropes. Oh, just put it up there, Big Bubba, and knock him down.
That's all right. Killer Brooks know what he's doing.
Yeah,
like that.
Brooks raking the fingers up around the area of the eyes.
That's it, Killer. Give him the worst beating he ever got in his life.
Elbow to the back of the head. You're listening to the Honorable Armand Hussein, who has appeared here on Texas All-Star Wrestling today.
All-Star Wrestling, the greatest professional wrestling organization in the world today. We are traveling all through Texas and the world at large.
Look at Brooks. He's up on that middle rope. Referee Fred Sinclair trying to get Brooks to come down. Bubba is on his knees. Now Bubba is up. He doesn't know where Brooks is, and here comes Brooks diving with a knee to the back, and down goes Big Bubba. Brooks has it covered up, and there's a count of only one as Big Bubba kicked out. Here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. Nice crowd on hand to wrestle-thon tonight, enjoying professional wrestling.
The reason why the crowd is so nice is because yours truly, the Honorable Armand Hussein, is here.
Look at this. The big bear hug as Bubba has picked up Killer Brooks. He grabs the hair. Wait a minute. Here comes El Madril. Here's your friend El Madril at the middle rope, right to the side of the head of Big Bubba. El Madril again appears.
That's what I call sportsmanship.
Yeah, that's what you call it. That isn't what I call it. It looks like cheating to me as Big Bubba has been knocked down. We're going into the ring, ladies and gentlemen, for our close here on Texas All-Star Wrestling. As Big Bubba's down, we want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that next week, and I feel sorry for Brooks and Madril if Big Bubba ever gets bad. But anyway, next week here on Texas All-Star Wrestling, the General Skandor Akbar will be coming back. He was here with us a week ago. He's coming back. And also, the Texan comes to the... Just a minute, Bubba.
I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of those guys interfering. This time they think they're so bad. I want you guys, one after another, in a single match. I'll wrestle you both in the same night if you want me.
Wait a minute.
And I'm going to put a hurting on you. I'm going to make you suffer here.
Big Bubba wanting Killer Brooks and El Madril at one time. Well, I don't know if Big Bubba knows what he's asking about as bad as Bubba is, though. I believe Bubba can take care of El Madril and Killer Brooks in one night. I'd like to see that. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, the American force against the Japanese, of course. Jeff Gaylord of the San Antonio Gunslingers will make his first appearance. Also, the Texan against the Russian, and General Skandor Akbar will be here. Maybe we'll see the Midnight Cowgirl again, American Ninja, and more. We hope you enjoy the excitement of Texas All-Star Wrestling. As much as we enjoy bringing it to you, we want to see it at the arenas. Until then, on behalf of everyone at Texas All-Star Wrestling, for the Spanish Network, for Peter Rodriguez and Steve Sachs, saying so long for Texas All-Star Wrestling.